Great weekend last weekend. Georgia beat Florida here in Jacksonville. We had SEC Nation, College Game Day, a great crowd, a great atmosphere. The weather cooperated. Good win for Jacksonville. As I told you before, as we move into the month of November, at the end of October, beginning of the month of November, we'd be able to give you a really good idea who's playing in what game. And what needed to happen for us to find that out, obviously, was the college football poll who came out last night. And here it is. As you can see, you've got Alabama, Clemson, LSU, Notre Dame in the 4 spots. That doesn't mean anything right now. What means something to us, though, is who's in the top 12. Because you have to be in the top 12 to qualify for one of the New Year's Day 6 CFP bowl games. Clearly, the top 4 teams in the country play in the championship. But let's just say that Alabama plays in the championship. The Sugar Bowl then gets the next SEC team that's ranked in the top 12. So they would pick that team. The reason that's important, and keep that in mind as we move forward, is we don't care who plays in the top 4. It's the top 12 that matters to us. And look at Florida sitting here at number 11. That means if Florida wins out, more than likely they're going to be ranked in the top 12. They would be available to fill at the Sugar Bowl. They would also be available to take an at-large site in the New Year's Day 6. That would keep Florida from coming to our bowl game. Everybody up in here is playing each other. So really, for that top 6, we're not going to know what's going to happen. You're looking at right here, Alabama playing LSU this weekend, Georgia playing Kentucky. So you're going to see some natural eliminations. But if Florida can stay undefeated for the rest of the year, they will be ranked in the top 12 and available to hold a spot in the CFP New Year's Day 6 bowl games. That means we've got to look really hard at what's after that. LSU is going to drop. Kentucky, Georgia, they're going to drop. But where do they stay once the season's over? But now you have to start looking at what are these other teams in the SEC that might possibly fill. Well, if you start down the list, you hit Mississippi State. Mississippi State obviously last year played here. We're not going to have them. You got Texas A&M. And one of these teams up here will fall out of the New Year's Day 6. So is it going to be LSU? Is it going to be Kentucky? Is it going to be Florida? That's the team in the conference we'll be looking at. Now you just flip over to the ACC side, and you got Clemson sitting there and Notre Dame, and then you start down and you start looking for the next ACC team, Syracuse. That means that the ACC more than likely is only going to get one team in, which will be their champion. That opens up a tremendous number of teams that are pretty good this year from the ACC, Virginia Tech, North Carolina State, Boston College. You got a number of really good teams. Then you do the same thing with the Big Ten. So you start down the Big Ten and you go, okay, there's Michigan, Ohio State, Penn State. If these guys can win enough games and jump up here, and Michigan and Ohio State don't stumble badly unless they get beat by each other, something like that, then all of a sudden you start looking at Iowa being a possibility. You got Wisconsin being a possibility. You got a number of teams in the Big Ten that then become available. Looks really good on the ACC side, only play one team in. We would expect the SEC to play 3 teams in. We expect Notre Dame to make it in. Now you're starting to fill up all those slots. More than likely UCF will again fit in there if they keep winning and go undefeated. So then you only have 2 teams left to put in there. And that gives us a great opportunity on the ACC side, a good opportunity on the Big Ten side, and a good opportunity on the SEC side. That's why I said the end of October. So keep an eye on this, and keep an eye on the 4 teams that are going to play in the national championship. As a fan, you will do that. But more importantly for us, and you care about what teams will be playing in our bowl game, keep an eye on the top 12 ranked teams. Another week of great games coming up. Rivalry weekends right around the corner. Plenty of college football left for us to enjoy. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. Thank you very much.